Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. This is the last video of 2020. Can you believe it? We're here. I feel like this year has been the longest and slowest year of my life. It's been interesting, I think we can all say. And today I want to talk about 2021 goals. And I have a lot of them that I have in place for both personal and business side. And I feel like goals can sometimes just get thrown to the side when it comes to New Year's resolutions, because a lot of people are like, oh, this year's going to be my year and I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And then by the end of January, well, you know how that goes. So I wanted to talk about how to make your goals more attainable and just some tips that I've learned when it comes to goal setting. And let's get started. So for business goals, as you guys obviously know, you're watching this video, I launched my YouTube channel this year in August, and my goal, or one of my main goals for business side, is to reach all the qualifications that I need in order to have my channel monetized by my 1-year anniversary. So some of the ways that I'm making sure that I can attain that is by making sure I post YouTube videos at least once a week. If I can do it more than once a week, great. If not, that's fine, but once a week is my goal. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Cathrin, but I've been following her a lot on YouTube, and she kind of really does share all the behind the scenes stuff on the algorithm and this, how to operate the CSO and how to make your thumbnails more interesting, how to use tags in your description box and all that stuff, how to use all of that stuff on YouTube in order to get the most views, how to rank in search, because you guys know that YouTube is essentially a giant search engine. So I've been following a lot of her tips on how to grow your channel essentially. And one of the things that is a paid product that she has that I actually purchased is called the content calendar. And basically it's broken down monthly, and you put all your video ideas, and if they're filmed, recorded, edited, all that kind of stuff, and you can edit it all in Google Sheets. I really like that. I have my first 2 months of 2021 planned out so far. And so that really does help when it comes to planning content. So that way I'm not just like, oh crap, I have to film today. What am I going to film? So I really like that. I'm really excited to use that more in 2021. But that's basically my goal. Business side is to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark by August. So some of the personal goals that I have, I do want to read a lot more, and I feel like that's so cliche to say, but I do. I enjoy more self-development books, and I've been getting into them a lot more. So I actually went into my basement, dropping stuff, and dug out my Kindle. I got this Kindle Fire 2014, 2015, something like that. Anyway, I've had it for a long time and I haven't been using it, so I decided that I should start using it more. And my plan with this is to read 3 books a month. So what is that? 36 books in a year, which I feel like is a pretty attainable number. It's not anything too crazy. So my plan is to listen to 1 book and actually read 1 book. So the books that I have picked to start, the one that I'm listening to is called The Power of Vulnerability by Brené Brown. And then the one that I'm going to actually read is called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And I also, one of the other goals that I have this year is to journal more, to journal and meditate in the morning. So every successful person, if you watch their YouTube videos, listen to their podcasts, whatever your preference is, they're all going to tell you the importance of having a morning routine and the importance of making the absolute most out of your time. So one of my other goals that I want to have is that I want to create a morning routine. And not only do I think that it'll help not only do I think it'll help me make the most of my time, I think that having a quiet morning, where I'm able to just get out all my thoughts and meditate, work out, anything that I feel like I need to do to have my self-care in the morning. I feel like the morning routine is not only good for making sure you start your day off on the right foot, to make sure that you're making the most out of your time, but I also think it's a very big form of self-care. And a lot of times, especially as women, when we become mothers, we tend to put ourselves way back here, way back there. I saw this quote once, and it said, "Your kids don't need a perfect mom, they need a happy mom." And that resonated a lot with mother and a wife. I feel like I give so much of myself away that there's not much left for myself. And we all know the quote, "You can't pour from an empty cup." And so I really do feel like having that time in the morning, in the quiet, to just be with my thoughts, to be with myself, before giving into all the demands that motherhood and wifehood brings, it will be very beneficial for my mental health and making sure I have that self-care for myself without feeling guilty about it, so to speak. So one of the other books that I have, and Amy Landino, I watch all of the, well, I can't say all of them, but I watch a lot of women entrepreneurs. That word sounds so weird. I feel like I say it weird. Anyway, I watch all the women entrepreneurs. I watch their YouTube videos. I listen to their podcasts, absorb all their tips and tricks and all that jazz in order to become more successful and happy in life. So Amy Landino recommended this book that she does daily in the morning with her morning routine, and it's called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And so basically this is just, it's 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. So it's a daily devotional essentially. So you read one page a day, and then at the end of the year that can count towards my 36 books that I want to read. So those are the books that I have picked out for now. I would like to finish the Art of Vulnerability and The Artist's Way. I would like to finish them both in January. I feel like the Audible book is going to be a lot easier because I can listen to it when I cook, when I clean, folding laundry, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I also want to, as I mentioned, I want to journal more as well. And I want to do this thing called morning pages. And it's actually talked about in The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. She talks about it being the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. Well, not the first thing. Wash the crud out of your eye, have a cup of coffee, and sit down. But it's recommended to do it within the first 30 minutes that you wake up. And all it is you writing, longhand, stream of consciousness writing. So you don't have to plan what you're going to write. It's just whatever comes into your head as you're writing, you write it down. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't even have to be legible. You're not going to go back and read it. It's just, it helps to get everything that's in your mind out on paper. You have room for creativity to flow, for one, and two, let's say you wake up crabby and grumpy and you just write it down. I am grumpy, I am crabby, and you just get that all out so that way when you begin your day, you have a fresh start and you get that off your chest. So that's one of the things that I want to do. I want to do morning pages. I want to have at least like 5 minutes of meditation. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, guys. You don't have to sit there for 30 minutes and, you know, try to meditate, because I have the attention span of a pea, okay? And it's really hard for me to focus sometimes. So I feel like starting with something attainable, like 5 minutes, is plenty. So I want to be able to do the morning pages, meditate for 5 minutes, and maybe even do a workout. So I want to try to start waking up at 5 a.m. to be able to get all of that in before my children wake up or I have to go to work. So that's my goal. And then my goal for my nighttime routine is after the kids are in bed, I want to be able to shower, do my skincare, because we all know skincare is just where it's at. So I want to be able to shower, do my skincare, and then be in bed, physically in my bed, by 10 p.m. So that way I can do my reading in the quiet. Also, of course, I have some financial goals. I do have some credit card debt that I want to pay off. Nothing crazy at all. It's just I don't want to have it. so I'm going to get rid of it. And I really want to get better at only using my credit card for emergencies. I also downloaded this app called NerdWallet, and it's really nice. I was playing with it last night because 2021 is here any second now. And it's really nice because it connects to your bank, so it talks about your net value. You can put in every single bill that you have, when it's due, how frequently you have it, all that stuff. And it's really nice to be able to have one place to go to where you see everything that's due. Because I'm a calendar girl and I love to write everything on the calendar, but if I'm not in front of my calendar or I'm on the go, it's also nice to be able to just have it organized in one place in an app. You know what I mean? Because sometimes the baking apps are not up to date, and that's annoying. So some tips for goal setting. You can break them down annually and then break them down quarterly. So for instance, like the whole book reading thing, I want to read 36 books in a year, in the year 2021. So that means quarterly, so every 3 months, how many books do I have to have read in order to be on track for my goal of 36, if that makes sense. So let's just say that you want to save $1,200 a month. Or $1,200 in a year, sorry. And quarterly, that's $300. So every quarter you need to have at least $300 saved in order to reach your goal of $1,200 for the entire year. And if you break that down further, it's $100 a month. If you get paid weekly, that's $25 a check. If you get paid bi-weekly, that's $50 a check. So I feel like having a bunch of small goals in order to reach the big goal is a much easier way of making those goals more attainable, if that makes sense. You have to have a plan set in stone in order to reach your goals, not just throw it out into the air and be like, oh, I want to do this, but not actively work towards it and not actively have a plan in place in order to achieve that. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for my goals. I want to have a morning routine. I work out pretty consistently now, so that's not really like a goal, I guess. I'm gonna continue to do that. And I want to spend my time more wisely because I feel like I do way too much time doing this. And I want to stop doing that. And I saw this quote and it says, the best present is being present. Being in the moment and not here all the time. So I want to be more present, and I actually want to get a digital clock for my room. So that way I can set my alarm on that digital clock, and once my phone is put away for the day, that's it. There's no more touching it. And then I'm not going to pick it up in the morning until my morning routine is done. Now, babe, if you're watching this, I know you're laughing at me, okay? But I'm going to do it. I think that's like the last big goal that I have, is just be on my phone less, be more present in the moment. And that's it. That's all I have to say, except thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys can set some goals for 2021 and crush them and be super proud of them at the end of the year. And be safe if you are celebrating New Year's tonight. Please no drinking and driving. And I will see you guys in 2021. Cheers.